And welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to ever so amazing Age of Wonders. One where we are playing as the good guys against the bad guys. And last time something very interesting happened, and if you have not seen what happened last time, you suck. Anywho, moving on. We're gonna be, uh, well, thinking a little bit because of the last time we have an opportunity because something happened last time. We have an opportunity to actually move into the enemy, rape, pillage, and burn his children, and have fun. For instance, we can attack immediately this with what we have. And reality-wise, our leader, our beautiful girl, is a little bit, well, damaged. 3 out of 10. And we're just waiting out for our magic healing water to return to us. But we're gonna be moving here. Heals the wounded and blesses those good who drink it. We're gonna be moving towards that and taking it because once here are maybe 4 units, like here as you can see, some wolf riders, that is the goblin wolf riders, that prove to be very effective, especially in the attacks of opportunity. Their damage is 5, or that is that attack of 5, damage of 3, or some crap like that. It's evil. I do not understand it, nor should you. But nonetheless, last time it was kind of an interesting development that we survived all that. So what we're gonna be doing here is moving towards this Fountain of Youth, get our troops ready to attack this village, this town. As soon as we can take one of their towns down, tear it down completely, we at least have an advantage over the enemy. Now there may be 3 to 4 enemy towns, I do not know, I can't remember the last time I played, but there are definitely a bunch of enemy towns. And thing is, we have to completely annihilate the enemy. And I mean completely. We have 107, I think we need kind of like a big huge chunk of money to 200 and something for this town of Hillsbury, and I believe 120 for Treslon, which we're going to be finding out soon because we're going to be asking them to join us. 103, I think we have actually opportunity to do that, and we shall accept. That means, again, more money for us, get all the troops there, and even attack these bastards without the without the leader, because we do not need a leader to help us in this. The parriness of the beautiful halfling is enough. The problem is they have a spearman, but to be honest, the biggest problem is the goblin wolf rider. As you can see, 5, 3, 3 compared to our our halflings, 4, 2, 2. So definitely by 1, it's that is, the wolf riders are much more agile, of course, and stronger. But we can immediately start chasing them down, as we will have enough of an army here to go back and capture the town. We can take chase upon the enemy here, because reality-wise this army doesn't have anything else to do anywho. So we go there. We also are getting a nice amount of money from all that. That's of course very important. Let's see, spells, global power. Thank you very much. Amount of 10. Fine. Let's go magic realm. This is in realm. We can see exact the amount of treasury, the net income, as you can see here. We get how many cities are producing what from the farms, and of course the total income that would be if we're not buying few things as of this moment it is. And again, of course, you can see the cities that we have, to which population they belong, of course, relationship, morale, and all the good stuff. We have places. We have, you see, Tower 4, all the places that we have actually taken. We have the life node, though it does not help us because we do not have a life. We're not aligned to any of this. Well, we're not aligned to the sphere of life. We do have the storm, that is the weather, well, the rain, and the other stuff that is water, which is the same thing. So I guess it's not the same thing. I don't know. There are too many spheres of anything. So anywho, 1 hero, of course. She is still level 1 even after all of that, which is totally fine, of course. Next, as soon as we can take the Hillsbury, it's gonna even give us some better income. But for now, I'm taking chase towards the goblins. At the moment, I believe we destroyed Goblin forces. It's a GG. But there are many other things to explore, and I really want to see that. I want to explore as much as possible. Let's see. You're not building anything, which is fine. Producing a halfling slinger. I would like definitely a halfling slinger. Also, I would like one of you battering rams. We don't have any battering, so if the enemy does now possesses any kind of a defense grid, it's gonna be hard to do anything against that. So we're gonna be producing that immediately because we not enough gold. Well, we don't have enough gold, so yeah, no point. No point at all. Delayed. Okay. So no point, of course, we've taken the town. We have to wait at least for a turn and to do something. Okay, so my army here to the left is chasing down these bastards. It should not be hard to destroy the bastards, but again, things can happen. Thankfully, again, compared to the heroes and all that, you don't really need well, heroes of might and magic, I mean, and disciples. You don't need always heroes to lead the armies themselves. And of course, the enemy is now regrouping with massive structure again. Like, they are really having a lot of stuff, you know, to just have fun a little bit with us. That's for sure. Which is not a good thing, of course. Not a good thing at all. You're gonna fall back into the town as you now can't do anything. The town will be needing, the new town, that is Trelson, will be needing some changes. It will definitely be needing some palisades to fortify. It will take 2 turns, but now we have the money to do it. So that's fine. Now let's get inside here. Yes, full health. Thank you very much. Now, we could take these 5 units to move towards this city here, the Goblin City, while I move the hero and one of our things here, because remember, 8 units is maximum amount of units you can have in an army compared to Age of Wonders 3, which is 6. So we're gonna be moving her, our leader, our hero, and the beautiful halfling swordsmen, which are level 1 but have the experience of 8 and something. Wait, I do not understand this. It is leveled up, I believe. Well, a little bit. Okay, well, something happened. We had a few fights and all that. Not really just one, but still. Just gonna move that and utilize this army to attack the other town. If we're gonna hold also anything that the enemy has, I mean, they're definitely now regrouping with whatever they have. That's for sure here. We have 5 units here. We definitely will be needing more if possible. But the thing is, of course, the halflings do not cost overly too much compared to maybe goblins. But I believe goblins also cost very small amount of gold anywho. And I don't know about the upkeep. If there is an actual upkeep to the units, I'm not so certain. I do not know. I cannot remember. But nonetheless, I believe maybe the Age of Wonders 3 added the upkeep, or Age of Wonders 2 Shadow Magic. One of these probably, maybe. Who knows? The Magi Age of Wonders 3 really became one of those games where there you finally have a city and population management, so to speak, where you do care not just for the battles but also the cities themselves in much more in-depth look than even than the Age of Wonders 1 and 2, maybe. I do not know. Who knows? You do not know. So let's produce, because at the moment we don't have Pony Riders, but Pony Riders 532 still kind of was bad for, you know, like attacking the Wolf Riders, considering the Wolf Riders have 533 and all that. Really evil stuff. Really, really, really evil stuff. I believe I need my slingers, but I prefer to have just swordmen up front and all that. So let's see, 14 cost. I will be making them just to have someone behind while we are building one of our... Well, actually, we're not building anything in terms of battering rams, because we don't have the money to build a battering ram, I believe. Let's see. Ah, yes, there you go. 23. I do not have enough money at the moment, but we will. I mean, we should have, considering the amount of towns we have at the moment. Now, again, the big army coming in. Thankfully, I don't feel its strength. I don't feel like I'm gonna be scared of it. So let's again choose the hero. Spellcasting, enhancements, summon a frog, no need. But we have the enchant weapon and haste. We're gonna go enchant weapon. I'm gonna put on one of you. because it's only 10 she can cast once a turn, so better like cast as many times as we can from this moment on. From what I've noticed, when I remember first time playing, the entirety of all this, like, what I noticed, at least the pattern was that you always have to fall back, attack, because the enemy is definitely more aggressive than in most games, and it feels like they're really evil. You know, it feels like usually always you don't always have the upper hand. It doesn't feel like that. And mind you, this is the very first mission, so you know, like Hell's Bells, right? Oh, they're falling back. Definitely, they know something is happening, but that's fine. Then she gains a level. I have no idea why now, not after the battle itself, but okay. Let's see, now we have some upgrades. We have 10 points. We can waste it on the attack, resistance, defense, and stuff like that. Considering that she has 5, 4, 3, I'm kind of fine with that. If you see, it costs 6, 5 points now, 4 points, 3 points, and all that. It just tells you how many points will cost to get it. But I prefer just go to the upgrades here and get maybe a Bard skill. Gives a morale boost to all units in the party. I don't know how much morale really works in this game, honestly, because we don't really see it. At least I never saw it, ever. Even in single scenarios and all that I played. I never saw that morale has kind of an impact. If it's maybe a percentage, you will never notice, to be honest. Cause fear. Allows unit to chance to inflict paralyzing fear with any successful melee strike. Well, consider that she will be probably doing a lot of melee attacks upon the enemy. It would be, Dragon Slaying. Enhanced attack ability against Dragon Kind. At the moment, do we have Goblin Kind? Like Goblin Slaying? That's totally cool. Holy Champion. There are a lot of freaking abilities, and this is one of my favorite things about this game. You have so many choices, and you just can have fun with that. That's 20 points. Jesus, spellcasting too. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. Round attack, and that's a question. I mean, as you know, deeper we go into the levels, we're gonna get slower and slower in terms of how level upping, how fast we're getting the levels themselves. So maybe we better wait for the get immediately spell casting, as there are 5 fucking levels of spell casting, right? And we're just gonna get level 2 if possible. But no, I'm not gonna go poison protection. I would go that because considering that we are fighting goblins, and goblins tend to have those the blow dart goblins that have shown that they can do pretty much a nice damage and sustainable if, of course, she gets poisoned by those darts. Mountaineering marksman, again, not bad. Considering that she has the archery skill, that's 5. Holy Champion increases 2 attack and 2 damage against the forces of evil. This is actually quite good. So we can get 2 skills or get 1 skill that is pretty much powerful. And in this case, like, this is perfect because we are fighting the forces of evil, and I will go for that. Done. Thank you very much. I mean, we are definitely fighting, and you know, we might be running from time to time and all that, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, I'm hoping to also chase down some enemies and rape, pillage, and burn the children. You know, the good stuff, the bad stuff, the ugly stuff, it's all there always. So also, save a lot. I'm from now on gonna be saving a lot because, in all honesty, this could prove difficult for me. As I said, I'm not really good at these games, sadly. But I should envy people who really possess the mojo to actually play these games and really have fun. I'm just hoping they did not upgrade the cities, because if they have nothing almost here, these guys can handle whatever they have inside and just GG all that probably, which would be awesome, of course. Okay, 29, 36 gold pieces we have. We want to add one of the battering rams. We want to queue that because we really need a battering ram. It's gonna take a few days, but still. Let me just see something. Ooh, 6 crop fields. You see his base income and of course how many crop fields they have. The bigger amount of crop fields, the more income you're gonna be getting. This one only has 3 crop fields at the moment. This city here, that is the Olosar. So Eastwick is really leading that. Let's see the Trelslan. because I don't know how much that 6 chlorophyll also. So that's nice actually amount of chlorophyll. That means they of course that we get more money, which is totally great. For this, we're gonna be waiting for this town specifically, and I'm hoping I will be able to get it. You know, because honestly, I have a feeling in my evil soul that this is gonna go bad, but not really, but really bad. I see 7 turns just to healing water. I know it's gonna like take a lot of turns and all that, but fudge it. You see upkeep, mana upkeep 2, kinda evil, but that's fine. That's fine. We need as many of those enchant weapons for the next encounter. So that's all we can do in this turn. So let's move on and see the dread. See the enemy armada coming in with a gazillion of fucking Germans just attacking, and you don't know what's gonna happen next. You know that's the gist of it. But thankfully, we have a nice overview towards the enemy because of the towers, and they didn't take anything. They immediately retreated because they noticed when we defeated that massive army here, that's 2 stacks, like 14 units dead outright, and they're now regrouping with whatever they can. We're gonna be utilizing roads and maybe attacking this in next turn, unless they of course pull them in with the troops. And maybe that's a town here. Yes, that's a town. As you can see, these fields of glory around the towns, so definitely they have town of some sort here. That's fine, stay where you are. You know, like, better hold the bridge of Khazad-dûm than allow the enemy to have fun. But we will send one of our friends here. That's not gonna be a slinger. Maybe it's gonna be a slinger, because honestly I don't really have like highest praise for the slingers. I mean, they're our only range freaking units. 3, 2, 2 and all that. 24, all of them had 24 movement. Anywho, so what I'm gonna do here is just have fun a little bit. We need to know what the fudge is happening. Okay, no. If we can take this, we can cut off some supply, and if we can hold off enough, we can get maybe we can like get our halflings inside the city, migrate our stuff into it, which again, as I said in previous video, I believe that would be a massive blow to the enemy. Now these are only 7 units, but 7 units can actually do quite a bit. Okay, I'm actually getting used too much to the shadow magic, which totally has a different UI and works kind of much easier to utilize your spells instead of always going onto your hero and casting them. Enhanced weapons, of course. Let's see, who needs? You need that. It's the question if we can hold. We're on -2 now. So, you know, like, hell's mother humping bells. We're -2 on mana. And of course we need mana to cast spells. And considering that we really don't have many spells that can be cast inside the battle, we're gonna have them before the battle. And they're gonna be battles. I mean, that's for fucking sure. So yeah, let's move on. We're waiting for a battering ram here, as you can see. 2 turns left. Money. Now it's a question: should I keep it and wait a little bit instead of spamming units constantly? We're gonna wait it out a little bit. We're just too much. We're spamming too much. We're not really holding overly too much, and we need this city. We need Hillsbury to actually do as much possible damage to the enemy. And as you can see, they have a town which is owned by Goblin Sunbirth, which of course gives them a much needed attention. I'm gonna go automatic because honestly it's one dude. If we can actually fail against one dude, that would be sad. Okay, and there you go, another town. Now the thing is about these towns, let's tell them no, we don't want a darter, we want migration. That's 4 turns. The problem, of course, arises that if we cannot hold this for 4 turns, they can rebel. They can just all of a sudden pop up rebellion and fudge it all. So questions arise that what can we do? What can we do here to can damage the enemy completely? We maybe leave one unit behind and do whatever we can to hope that that unit can hold off. But migration is definitely needed. At least that's one I believe. if we can hold it, that's the question. Or we can raise it completely. Goblin relation -30, and like destroy one of these towns completely so they don't get anything out of it. I mean, that's a choice. We have Mist Cleave, which could possibly have a lot of stuff. Yeah, and they got the walls, so we can't really do anything against these guys now. They got walls just on time before we attack them, so that's a pure GG for us, sadly. That's disappointing. That is truly disappointing. Well, at least we can send some of our slingers to see what the fudge is happening out there. There's another town. It's probably all under goblin control. The goblins are controlling everything beyond the River of Doom. So there goes that. There goes that. Now what to do with this? I mean, we can just try and hold that the enemy doesn't rebel, but they will rebel as soon as they're enslaved. Like Hellspell, is it worth for us to change? And that is into the migration. It doesn't cost anything. Well, I guess we can do that. We're gonna migrate and move on. That's all I'm gonna try and see how how much we can really do with that. We'll see if the enemy actually rebels against us as we go. But I'm afraid, because that's 5 units here. They only have 8, or they're already running somewhere. There are 4 units here, and they're definitely constantly resupplying themselves. Of course, we're playing on hardest difficulty, so definitely they're gonna have more money than us in terms of course, well, in terms of money. They're gonna have more economic advantage than us. Let's queue another you. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna queue a few of these bastards, because Hell's Bells, of course, right? Of course. I'm gonna queue, and like 1 turn, and that thing is done. And if the enemy doesn't attack here, we can just wait it out with this force inside this little forested area and attack this in the next turn. But as I feel it in my bones that the enemy is moving the biggest amount of units towards us, and I can hope that we can hold these cities until the migration is done. Okay, -2. I'm gonna leave it at the moment on that. And in the next turn, I'm gonna again enchant one of our units, because we'll definitely be needing another unit enchanted, specifically the veteran unit. Yes, the veteran could do that. Like, let's just get a little bit out of that. I'm gonna leave this one village, and no need for every single village, every single town to make units. We have enough towns to make units as is, so let's leave some towns alone. They produce the merchandise that we definitely need. So let's end this and see the destruction. Okay, so they're moving some units because they know what's happening. They know what's happening. Well, automatic, not like can actually do anything. Well, 1 unit killed. That's something. Okay, wow, again a massive army. We really can't do anything against that, and this town, Soundbird, doesn't have any defenses. That is the walls. The walls would help a lot. We can hold the gates for quite a bit. But I'm definitely going to be in a situation we're going to be able to hold off like the last time. They're surrounding us. They definitely have an advantage. So run away. And we can't hold that town, so fudge everything. Definitely next turn they might be able to attack us, but we can reload. We did save somewhere. So that's nice. Okay, we're gonna have to wait out 2 turns just to do this bullshit. Kinda sad, but that's fine. We can hold it off. Swordsman, okay, halfling swordsman, okay, sexy like a beast indeed. And I'm gonna probably put more magic enhancements on my units, because we definitely will be needing, if the enemy is gonna attack us again, surround us, we need at least some units to have an enchanted weapon so they can have fun. You know, like, have fun. There you go. Go for it. Okay. Yep, they are going for us. It would be nice if we can attack them, but, you know, like, there you go, tactical. And again, we're surrounded from all sides. Like, honestly, this is like getting one of the worst dice rolls, if you will, in the goddamn game. And this is what I'm talking about. You definitely need to save quite often when you're safe and not really into the enemy, and deep into the enemy territory. But you definitely need the two fronts open, because they're just having, like, we destroyed 2 of 7 stacks. We're getting now 2 of 8 stacks. Like, oh my god, like, from where are they getting all these forces? Now, they're nothing to really, like, write home about. They're just goblins, but in general sense, they have a lot of wolf riders. Without wolf riders, this would not be a problematic thing, I believe, at least. And the wolf riders are definitely beasts of burden, but thankfully we have some units that can do damage with the enhancements themselves. We have some spellcasting, which is the ice shards. That's 6 mana, or maybe just 8 points to utilize. And we only have 17 and -4 in terms of mana as is. Nothing, it is gonna go with the classical thing of defend the hero for as much as possible. Yeah, like that. And that's it. Like, just defend the hero for as long as possible, that is. For as long as possible. Not much, is for as long as possible. Because this alone, it's gonna be scary shit, son. It's gonna be really scary crap. And of course, yeah, no point, fall back. Okay, well, nothing. End the turn and see how this is gonna go. We can hope that we can annihilate them in certain pattern, delta, but we're gonna get surrounded. If the wolves, actually, we can kill the wolves before, because they definitely are moving wolves up front. We can kill the wolves before they reach with the infantry. Instead, we can do a lot of damage, but the infantry is right there next to them anyway. And remember that the halflings have parry ability, which gives them an advantage in terms of defense for the first strike. But the thing about the enemy spearmen, they have the first strike. Always. So that's gonna be interesting to see how we're gonna deal with that bullcrap. If nothing, again, thankfully we saved. I don't know how really autosave works in this one. We only have one autosave for each turn. It doesn't really autosave 5 turns or something like that. So you can choose which turn you wanna choose. But definitely not one of those games where you can just jerk around for too much, at least. Okay, spellcastings, ice shards. Oh, 0. Of course, I cast. Okay, so no point. Well, fine and dandy. And missed with that. Well, that's fine. You tried, my love. You tried, but you failed. You know, if we can do a damage upon this Vash, I mean, every unit has 3 times attack. Like 3 times you can just attack the one enemy unit, and that's cool, of course, and sexy. We're gonna. Okay, let's move you. Break the formation and kill as many units as possible. Like, charge into them before they charge into you. I mean, the line itself, there is no way we'll be able to hold off at all. Like, we need that kill. Okay, excellent. One of the wolf riders. This is just the beginning, mind you, but at least now they don't have the bombardiers. But still, he has the enchanted weapon, so he gets fudged. Okay, well, hold for now. Like, if they do try to move and avoid him, he will have the attack of opportunity, which is always a good thing. So maybe position some of our units near them. would be quite beneficial. Of course, these units already wasted, these halflings wasted their turn anyway. Again, he has a strike and a first strike, of course. When defending during melee, the unit takes the initial strike. And we have a parry, reduces attack -2 power of an enemy's first strike against the unit. So maybe it actually quite works against these. You know, maybe it actually works against these. But again, if they can lose many action points, they won't be able to attack 3 times. We're gonna be able to attack once. See, that could be the thing, you know, attack, fall back, attack, fall back. You know, like wave after wave. You know, some units stay here, some units fall back. They attack, fall back, while those units hold the line and stuff like that, and kill as many as possible. Let's see. I mean, I'm gonna not like we can actually really do anything. Yeah, they're gonna go for her. Like, if she dies, that's it. Yep, there you go. Then our failing is there, our failure of unbelievable proportions. So yeah, amazing stuff indeed. Well, next time, guys, we're gonna be better, maybe. Who knows? I wish you the very best, as always.